So my name is Ben Mason. I'm the founder of globalbridge, which is a hybrid between Facebook and LinkedIn for education. So I was a teacher for 16 years and left teaching 3 years ago with 3 kids under 10. What can go wrong? Anyway, it's all going well for now. But basically, globalbridge was developed, and hopefully today I'll be able to show you the advantages of globalbridge, not only for students and for schools, but also for employers and future destinations to connect with their future workforce. So for me, I was contacted by universities, businesses, every single year, essentially saying, how do we connect with talent earlier? So in the summer, I was fortunate enough to present in the House of Lords to the Digital Policy Alliance Group, which is designed to look at technological advances to identify talent earlier in education, which is exactly what we've done. And I was frustrated as a teacher because we had all these fantastic students who had these fantastic skills, but as they walked away from school, the last thing we gave them was a piece of paper with a list of grades. Fantastic in the 21st century in the digital world we live in. But those grades, when they weren't good enough, because my skills are practical, the ability for me as a student to showcase that practical ability, sport, music, art, drama, I'm more than defined by a list of grades, is pretty impossible when, for certain pathways, you're required to describe all the great things you do via 4,000 characters. So we've developed globalbridge to take the best bits of the social media world that young people know and connect it into a pathway, a platform that connects them with destinations that are genuinely interested in finding the next best engineers and putting them on a pathway, either via university or via an apprenticeship, and showing them what they have to offer. So with three key words that make up globalbridge. So innovation, we're a first generation edtech platform that connects education and industry, that digitally connects talent to opportunity and allows students to use all forms of multimedia to demonstrate what that talent is, bespoke to them. From a community perspective, then there's a huge amount of social purpose to globalbridge. We want to level the playing field of opportunity for young people. We know that when businesses go and visit schools, there are 5,500 schools in the country or roundabouts. No business, no university can visit every single school. And therefore, when somebody in that institution picks which schools they're going to go and visit, some students at other schools are missing out on that opportunity. Whereas you make it digital, then you make it possible for all students to connect with those future opportunities. It's remarkable the number of businesses that we're working with, and we're working with some fantastic businesses like Virgin Money, GSK, Sage Group, NHS. And lots of them, if not all of them, are saying quite often it's about friends and family connections that are our link into a school. Well, that, in my mind, just isn't fair to all the students. So we want to level the playing field of opportunity, raise aspirations in young people because they can see what's available to them, and raising aspirations, we know through research, reduces the attainment gap, which is nothing but a good thing for education. And then from a success perspective, we want students to be able to showcase the talents that are bespoke to them, connect with future pathways, but as importantly, we can enhance curriculum provision for schools. So we help schools evidence all 8 of the Gatsby benchmarks. But not only that, but we're instilled into the curriculum. We do all the schemes of work. We help the students navigate the kind of career pathways. But actually, we allow schools to evidence what they give students other than just a list of grades. So how does a school evidence resilience, ambition, teamwork in young people when it gets distilled into a list of grades? For us, these are the skills that we know are going to define success in the workplace. Every single business has told us grades don't define success in the workplace. Yes, they're vitally important, and that's a message that we have to hit home time and time again to young people. But actually, let's let them understand that there are certain characteristics that they're going to drive their ultimate success. So, a number of things that we look to target. We know from the Gatsby research that young people want everything in one sticky place. Currently, why do I go to this website to go to university, or this website to go and look for apprenticeships? When actually, I just need to have visibility of the opportunity that might be right for me. So a big purpose was to enhance all of those application forms, whether it be via UCAS or not. We want to raise aspirations, as talked about. We know businesses are looking for character, culture fit young people, not just those. And I think the WISE study said that 80% of businesses would prefer a B- student with experience over an A-star student. So we know that there are additional details that businesses want to see. Key for schools, destinations data. I currently heard the other day a business leader was telling me that she'd received 3 phone calls from the local authority this year alone asking what her child was now doing for a job because there wasn't a way to work out that destinations data. So we still live in a world where we have to make a phone call to find out what people are doing. The destinations data here can be produced through the platform. And then some key things around that transition of year 6, year 7. But for us, Global Bridge is a pathway right from age 11 right through to the workplace. So we're sitting in that space pre-LinkedIn. So if you think about a 16-year-old and where LinkedIn actually becomes vaguely useful to them is probably about 6 years, where they're in the desert land. And so actually a platform that works through education with them is something that we've done. So evidencing what a school gives their students. We know that lots of schools, if not all schools, we have this mantra around, every student matters. Actually, how do we create an environment where every student has something that's bespoke to them? Schools are heavily driven due to the DFE and Ofsted around academic performance. How do we help them show not only that, but all the other characteristics that they provide young people? A digital resource to easily embed into the careers programme, cross-curricular, spanning across all different subjects, so around STEM, etc. Now the multimedia side of Global Bridge is the key bit. So I'm a young person, I'm predicted an A-star in French, and I have to write that on a CV. Now I can add a video to my profile of me speaking French. I can add a video of a music performance or an athlete, a sporting performance. I can add an audio clip, an art portfolio, an example piece of written work. If I don't have an academic portfolio, then I can add a video bio saying, basically, I'm going to be the best salesperson that you've ever seen. Do I need academic qualifications to be able to sell something, or do I just need a really strong personality? Who knows? The profiles go beyond school with the student. Again, for me as a teacher, we'd give the students a certificate as to how well they've done academically, and that was it. We do loads of great things in schools. We teach students resilience. We do World Challenge, Duke of Edinburgh, CCF, all these fantastic things. We want the students to embed that into a profile that they can take with them, and that just doesn't stop when they leave school. Destinations data, as we've talked about. And then the key one, in the current environment, the Gatsby benchmarks are there for schools to measure their career guidance. And the latest bit of research that I saw was that the average school across the country meets 2.4 of the benchmarks. So we're slightly missing the mark, slightly. For me, every school has a number of destinations, a careers network. However, if we put a school in the middle on a platform like Global Bridge, digitally connect them with the employers in the region, digitally connecting students therefore with opportunities for work experience, apprenticeships, etc., then Venn diagram style, you start to connect all of the schools. So the way Global Bridge works is that employers, universities have a digital profile page that students can connect with based on the opportunities that they offer, the career pathways that they offer, and then you can also connect with the students. You can't see the students for the safeguarding reasons, but you can search the talent based on career aspiration, qualifications, skills, etc. And then you can drop notifications onto the student dashboard as to what they're interested in. So for example, a Balfour Beatty could search every student who has an aspiration to be an engineer, match that with their A-level predictions in maths, physics, engineering, and then drop a notification of their engineering degree apprenticeship 2 weeks before they launch their apprenticeship. A huge opportunity for employers and universities to connect with their future workforce and their future talent pool. I'm pleased to say that Jasmine Park Academy are one of our schools that we were working with earlier, so when Bernie said, great, get that on your CV, I slightly sort of died, a part of me died inside, but it was basically like, great, transcribe that video that the teacher was doing and put it on your CV. I think I've got 20 minutes of that with the other lady there. So for me, absolutely, we will be sending Jasmine Park and Jackie a message to say, get that video of those two students presenting at the Royal Society on their Global Bridge profile to show evidence of what they've done. An absolutely fantastic opportunity. And also, from a careers leaders perspective, I've spoken to a number of careers leaders already today, and the opportunity to have a digital network of employer destinations and future destinations that doesn't fall under your current group of connections is huge. And also, for us, if the students have, let's for argument's sake, an ineffective careers teacher, why should 1,500 students with that careers teacher being the gatekeeper basically not have the same opportunities, whereas on this platform they can view and leapfrog that process. Okay, so for us, very much Global Bridge has been built out of experiences as teachers to leapfrog the issues that we faced as teachers, and more importantly for students to connect with their future. So it would be fantastic to speak to anybody who's in the industry, one, of supporting young people, evidence all that they can do to support a brighter future, but then if you are an employer or a further or higher education provider, then it'd be great to discuss with you how we can connect you not only with education but directly with your future workforce. Thank you very much.